Hey everybody, it's Ryan the War Boss coming at you with another WOG! And today's WOG, I'm actually going to paint the Endless Spells box for the Gloomspite Gitz for a competition I'm doing. Hopefully I can win this competition so I can have more miniatures and everything to do for you guys, as if I don't have enough already. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make the Gloomspite Gitz kind of look like this yellow-green and put them on a swamp base. Make it look really cool. Hopefully you guys will like it. And let's get to it. Alright, so what you see here is I'm starting to do the miniatures in a green-yellow kind of mix through my airbrush. I'm tending to move this model around. Some people don't like how I do it, but I do it this way because I like to hit some highlight spots and keep them up and at them. Next, I'm going to go into doing the green on these models as well. As you can see in the next frame with the mushrooms, that's what I've started to do. After this, I then go and begin doing the red for the top of the smoke on most of the models. As you can see, I'm having a little trouble with my airbrush because I did too much thinning of my paints. But it still ends up working if you go ahead and add a little more paint to the thin paint. As you can see, it's a little liquidy. I don't like it that way usually, but it worked in this case for doing what I wanted to do. I then went ahead and hit all the models with this, making sure that I covered every single bit of the flames that I wanted to. As you can see, there's yellow, green, and then the red. This gave it a cool effect as if it was burning as it was going across the, whatever spell it was. The cauldrons bubbling, the moon streaking across the land, or the mushrooms smoking from the top. And again, I got it real nice, made it look real dark and red. And I think it came out pretty good. From there, I went and did the cauldron black. I went and hit all the edges, as well as the cauldron itself. Now again, I use a black metal mix to kind of make it look a little like shiny but dark. And I just basically used silver and black, and that's how I made this combination, and it worked really well because it wasn't too shiny to make the cauldron look brand new, and it wasn't too black to make the cauldron look like it was dull. It ended up coming out and looking quite like some metal had just been, heated up and stuff. Then I went and used a different combination of black and white with water to go ahead and do these spider scuttle tide legs. Once I did those, I gave them two or three different coats to make it look really nice. This made it so that if I made a mistake, it also looked like a wash underneath, and it wasn't too detrimental to the model, considering it's a very hard thing to paint when you realize there are feet everywhere on this model. Spider legs, they're just all over the place. I then went and used that same kind of black to tip off on the cauldron and the mushroom to give it a smoky feel at the top. Then I began doing the reds of the mushroom. After that, I began doing a yellow complex on the bottom of the mushroom to make it stand out and pop. After that, I decided to go ahead and start putting the whites on the scuttle tide. This allowed me to go and hit all the faces and skulls this way here. It gave it a real contrast between the black and the white. And then I used obviously red and green for the body, just like all the other miniatures, and it really stood out that the spiders were different color. As you can see in the video, it's pretty cool looking. Then I went and did the white on the mushroom, Gork's Mighty Mushroom to be exact. Basically, I wanted to pick this out so it looked different from the rest of the model, and it was more unique for the goblins because it looks like, hey, it's a bright white color. After that, I'm going to hit it with a wash and make it look nice and dark so that it does look like it belongs in the swamp. As you can see, I hit all around the face, trying the best I can not to hit any of the green that didn't need to become white. After that, I went and touched the tips of the mushroom right where it met the green and red smoke coming out of it, and made sure they looked like they were highlighted and raised, as well as I hit it with a little bit of a black color. This way here, it looked like the mushroom was on fire and burning, and it looked really cool. Then I went and touched up the yellow craters on the Bad Moon spell. This way here, it made it really pop out as a different color, so it wasn't as dark. I used Demon Yellow for this, and I was really impressed with the color myself. It also worked well for highlighting the nose and highlighting the tips of the moon. This way here, it looked as if it had a shine at the nose, at the eyebrows, and all the things. Then I went and started doing the white of the miniature. This way here, it had a wonderful shining smile to go along with its crazy grin. After that, I used pink for the eyes to do the base color. This way here, it looked more like a bloodshot kind of tired moon. And then I hit it with a darker red to give its pupil and dilation. So it looked like no matter where you go, it was staring right at you. Then I went ahead and started doing the wash of all the miniatures. And this isn't the last step, this is just the step that I tend to do. I coat it very deeply and then hit it with a highlight after. This way here, it really makes the models pop because all those deep, dark recesses. As you can see, I'm hitting the scuttle tide now and just coating it, making it as thick as I can do. Again with the mushroom, as you can see, it's getting in those crevices, which is good because that's where we want it. We want it to not look, dirty, but we want it to look as if it has depth and meaning. Cauldron as well. I hit the smokes to get all those wonderful bubbles to stand out. Lastly, I go ahead and I give the scuttle tide a nice brown color base. Looks like they're going over a swampy gravel. Alrighty, now that that's done, as you can see, they came out pretty cool. I'm hoping these competition pieces get me pretty far. Fingers crossed. I'm going up against some great competitions. The competition I'm doing is through the local game store, Midgaurd Comics and Games. I love going there. The owner is pretty cool. I think Jason, his wife, and the store clerk there, Shauna, really, really good people. I recommend that store if you're ever in Derry, New Hampshire. It's one of those crazy stores that you can just go to, and not only do you have a ton of fun with the people that are there, you also can meet new friends, become part of the community, learn new things. Like, just some of the people I've met there have changed my life in so many different ways. I have some really good friends that I like playing with, and I'm hoping to join their Sigmar group as soon as this is over. So if you're ever in the area, check them out. I highly recommend them. But let me go ahead and I'll get you some up close photos of these guys, and we'll move on to the next ones. Don't forget, if you like this video, please like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. I'm always happy to hear from you, and the War Boss is saying, WARG!